what's up? Let's get this started here in a couple minutes. We'll see if this is gonna tank my system because it's got everything set to ultra. I got a decently powered computer, but we'll see. Alright. Oh shit, this is loud in my ears. Alright. Alright, welcome viewers to The Sinking City, a mystery detective game that I was recommended. I wasn't exactly recommended, the studio was recommended to me and I found it through the studio. The Generous Man is me too, he's in our audience today. He is currently dabbing. And yeah, this basically combines my love of mystery games that I played when I was younger, mostly the point-and-click adventure ones, with Lovecraftian horror that I've come to like, even though I can't read Old English very well, so I have to read sort of the newer ones. So we'll get this started. I have a controller just to make things slightly easier. I'm really quiet. Make quiet. Is this better? I use a voice mod type distorter. I don't think it's on currently. No, it's not. It's on clean. But I always have an issue trying to get the sound working well. Does this sound better? Bit more, that'd be good. Alright. Testing, testing, 1, 2, 3. Queen Shadow. Oh, hey! What's up, Nix? Oh shit, that's 20 push-ups, isn't it? Oh, before we even started, we're at 20 push-ups. I will be right back. I will count them out. Oh, fuck. Down. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, am way less in shape than I was a month and a half ago. Good thing I'm going back to the gym. Hi, Nex. Thank you for tuning in. Alright, so is the game audio coming through alright? Is it too quiet? Is this good? Cool. Alright, I guess I will get things started. Dear Mr. Charles Reed, as you requested, I researched the outbursts of hysteria and visions in the city of Oakmont, Mass. It turns out that your assumptions were correct. Such cases are indeed more frequent here. Men and women across the country are drawn to Oakmont, haunted by visions similar to yours. A city drowning, the presence of something great yet unknown. As luck has it, I believe we have stumbled upon the source of your ailment, and the person who might help you with it. Prepare yourself. Then come to Oakmont as soon as you can. I will meet you here to help you on your way. Cordially. Oh, that's a weird name. Jonas Vanderberg. That sounds German. You've traced the recent cases of hysteria. Use your mind's eye to uncover hidden details. Alright. Ooh, GPU go burr. Yep, I'm gonna have to turn down the quality. Dutch, Spanish, Dutch, Bond, German. Oh, that's interesting. I didn't know that. He was a sailor. Looks like maybe a veteran too, the Lost Friends. Okay, that's interesting. Wow, we're really getting in deep already with Eldritch Horrors. Alrighty. Alright, yep, we are immediately going to turn down some of these settings. I don't care so much for graphics as much as I care about story. So let's see if this will make it run a little bit better. Let's see what the latency is on. Alright, the model's moving alright. Seems to be not as laggy. Let's look over here. Yeah, frame rate drop detected. Yeah, no, that's pretty easy to tell. Oh, I can't wait to get a more powerful computer once I get to my station. Oh yeah, some of the graphics are now sketchy, but I don't care as much.
Never trust a tourist advertisement.
As someone living in California, I can attest to that. Folding game. Letter from J. Van Rigger. It's requested I research the outburst hysteria. Oh, that's just the thing I read earlier. I'll meet you when you get drawn away, cordially.
Hope I never have to use it. But something tells me I will.
Oh boy. What the? Coil spring shell casings? Ooh, there's crafting? This might be more fun. Turn up the sensitivity a little bit. Yeah, it's a little better. Can I search through these lockers? Interesting symbols. It's like I can somehow interact with that. I have 6 bullets. Interesting. Frosty welcome. Lore. I love how it's already lore. Combat abilities, map, inventory, options. Run when aiming, fire. Climb, reload weapon, crouch, interact. Hold to loot object, camera, flashlight. Evidence. Aim, items, map, casebook. That's interesting. I'm sort of tempted to shoot it. More enough to kill anything that moves. Yes, very much so.
Now get out! Now get out!
You got much to say.
At last, Mr. Charles Reed. What a pleasure to finally meet you in the flesh.
Nice to meet you.
Johannes Vanderberg, at your service. I did promise to meet you the moment you arrived.
Ah, much obliged, Mr. Vanderberg. I guess I didn't expect you to mean so literally.
Please call me Johannes. But where are my manners? Welcome to the proud city of Oakmont. Alas, now is not its finest hour, though it is its most important.
What's the deal with this city?
Reaching Oakmont was no easy task. Most maps I found didn't mark it, and this rickety packet ship is the only one that sailed here. Why is that?
Oakmont is no ordinary place. Its unique geographical position and the flood, a recent natural disaster, make it nigh impossible to reach. But you made it, Mr. Reed. I'm sure the tides of fate would have brought you here one way or another.
Nice suit.
Eye-catching suit.
Thank you, Mr. Reed. A mere flood is no excuse for one to abandon one's style.
I take it you're a big fan of yellow.
Well, I have a particular weakness for it. Call it a personal quirk.
I wonder if that's a reference to the King in Gold, I believe it is, or King in Yellow. I remember that's one of the Lovecraftian elder gods, I believe. About my problem.
You said you know someone who can help me with my problem. The visions of it getting worse.
Such vividness of dreams is not uncommon here in Oakmont. By chance, the man I spoke of, Robert Throgmorton, is already at the port. He has dedicated a lot of time and effort to investigate this issue. Alas, I fear he has a more pressing matter on his hands.
Tell
The
me about this flood.
It began 6 months ago. Storms raged for several weeks, and the water has risen ever higher without receding. Now the city is cut off from the mainland. I must say I rather like it, despite the inconvenience. Atmosphere, you know?
Where is Robert Thrum? Oh god. This is why I do not read. Robert Throgmorton. Throgmorton.
How can I find Mr. Throgmorton?
Don't worry, you can't miss him. Throgmorton tends to stand out from the crowd.
Like you?
I'll need a place to lay my head while I'm here. Any recommendations?
Fear not. I've already feathered a nest for you.
Folded him into the
There's a room in your
Cthulhu's
name
now
at the
he's
Devil's Reef.
inextricably linked.
Here's the key.
Oh really? I
Sounds-
didn't know that.
Charming.
Don't judge a book by its cover, Mr.
That's interesting. I remember there's a funny dating game where Cthulhu, the King in Yellow, and I think it's Neko something like that. God, those names are hard to produce. I remember Markiplier played it recently. I was watching it, and I hadn't heard about the King of Yellow until then. So I was wondering if that was part of it. Just something I hadn't read yet. That's interesting. I didn't know that. I'll have to read up on that. What do you do here?
How do you fill your days, Mr. Vanderberg?
I host a philosophy club for the like-minded intelligentsia, gathering seeds of thought like moths drawn to a flame.
Does Oakmont really have much of a market for philosophy these days?
There is no consciousness without pain, Mr. Reed. No better moment for clarity than times of hardship.
How do I get to Devil's
What's the
Reef?
best way to get around Oakmont? I'd like to drop my things at the hotel.
Most locals go by foot or by boat. I've got the latter sorted for you. There's one waiting outside the port.
You're too kind, Johannes. Can you steer me towards the Devil's Reef?
Take this map. I've marked the hotel and a few other key places.
What else did you mark
Good
on the map?
places. Like what?
You're a private eye, yes? Well, I've highlighted the police station, city archive, newspaper, places you'll need to get to the truth. This city is insular, its ways mysterious. No one will take you by the hand, so you better know where to turn in search of a lead.
Oh, that's it for now, I think. Thanks for helping me get my bearings.
No. The pleasure was mine, Mr. Reed.
Oh, before you go, how can I get in touch with you later?
Don't worry about that. I'm the kind of man who finds you. We'll meet again, Mr. Reed.
Ooh. Karen's ship. Key evidence collected. Oakland City Port. Guessing that's probably my boat. Ooh, this place is actually pretty big. For a place that doesn't appear on any map, this is actually pretty big to be missing on a map, unless it's actually just smaller than I think it actually is. You are very yellow and very eccentric, and you're the head of a club. I don't trust you. If I remember correctly from what little I know about the King in Yellow, he or she can only appear when their star is actually shining on the surface. So he might just be a follower, not the actual. That'd be interesting if you actually were just talking to an eldritch being the first minute you got here. That'd be a pretty funny twist. worshipping.
The end is nigh. It will begin again. What is down comes up. The seed is sowed.
Let's see those sailor tattoos if I recognize any. None of my friends that I've seen in the Navy have anything quite that eccentric yet. Ooh,
I don't care about your petty excuses. No one leaves the port until my son is found, and that is final.
Excuse me. Are you Robert Throgmorton?
I am, but not interested. Go away.
The name's Charles Reed. I'm a private investigator, just arrived from Boston. I was told you might be able to help me.
Private investigator, you say? Well, perhaps we can help each other.
Okay, I don't want to be the one to say it, but is it just me or does he look like a monkey? I'm not gonna point that out. What happened to your son?
I ask, what happened to your son?
Why do you care? What's your angle, outsider?
Well, like I said...
No, not at all.
Finding people is kind of my specialty.
Is it? Well, Albert was part of a deep-sea expedition I commissioned. This useless fool over here says he found Albert washed ashore in a lifeboat. Says he was barely conscious, out of his mind, talking gibberish in some other language. That he even tried to bite him.
And you don't believe him?
Complete malarkey. I know my Albert. I raised him strong and smart, the best of his kind. It couldn't have been him. Albert's disappearance is the work of Innsmouthers, mark my words.
Who are the Innsmouthers?
I take it you're not the biggest fan of these Innsmouthers.
Those fish-faced freaks have overrun this city since the police burned Innsmouth to the ground. But now, those filthy migrants occupy half this damn city. The port, Grimhaven Bay, Salvation Harbor, the shells. They are everywhere.
So they're just refugees.
Hardly. They've taken work from the local fishermen. They stir and agitate against us, the Throgmorton family. We are the pillar of this community, not to mention that crime rates have skyrocketed. Simply speaking, they are a big stinking pile of trouble.
What do you know about the Visions?
I've heard you're the man to speak to about visions, outbreaks of hysteria. I'm trying to get to the bottom of it myself.
Another newcomer with another problem. Yes, I know what you speak of.
Can I ask you a few questions?
How dare you? My son Albert is missing, and no one in this Innsmouth-ridden city will do a damn thing. But yes, let's talk about your dreams.
I can try to find Albert.
Mr. Throgmorton, let me help you. I'm rather good at tracking down missing people. I'll find Albert.
What makes you think you can do it? Oakmont is not exactly friendly to new arrivals.
Let's just say I tend to see things that others miss. And anyway, what have you got to lose? Sounds like you could use every man you can get.
Vera. You have a point, newcomer.
Vera?
Sorry, did you just say Vera? What does that mean?
You had better get used to the Oakmont dialect, outsider. That is, if you want to fit in. It is a fascinating blend. Vera means fine. I was saying, we have a deal.
I see. Thank you. I need to know more about what happened to Albert.
Tane, did you not listen at all? I already told you everything. After leaving on the expedition, Albert was found on the shore in a lifeboat. These
But you just
fishermen
denied
supposedly
that.
brought him to their house, and then left to call me. But when I arrived here, my son was nowhere to be seen.
Anything else?
Clearly, something suspicious occurred inside the house. I suggest you stop dawdling and go see for yourself.
Where's the
Where's
house
their
where this
house?
all happened?
For Kay's sake, I thought you were a private eye. We're standing right in front of it.
Where's the
Mentioned
lifeboat?
A lifeboat. Is it still around?
Yes. Face the house, then to the left is a beach that borders a fence. You'll find it there.
As much as I'm enjoying the weather, Mr. Throgmorton, it's time for me to get started.
Find my son, newcomer, and be quick about it.
Face the house. To the left, you'll find a beach. Yep, here it is.
Can't catch a mackerel since those Innsmouthers took over the fishing business.
You like it here, newcomer? Well, get used to it. No one leaves Oakmont nowadays.
Something with this helmet gives me chills. What's wrong with it?
Is there anything inside of it?
Something with this...
Anything else in the boat? Ooh, there's private eye mode. Albert Throgmorton's will. I hope someone finds this. My name is Albert Throgmorton, and this is my will. I want to warn you, don't go to the depths below Oakmont. There's a unreadable. We should have never done that. Everything should have remained in that cave. Professor Unreadable. I fear what will become of me. It's singing in my brain, dancing on my eyelids every time I close my eyes. Unreadable. The cycle goes on and on and on and on and on. Unreadable. In the end, it comes. I must warn everybody. I must tell my father. Unreadable. He's here. Ooh. So using private eye mode like depletes my stamina bar. Interesting. So anything open?
Where's your Oberon, huh, Titania?
All evidence collected. Oh, cool. That actually gives me an indicator that I've got everything. There's no footprints or anything. No. Thinking like this is The Witcher. Crouch. Let's reload the handgun. Do I have just a flashlight on my belt? Interesting layout.
Huh. This dog mat looks better than the owner's bed.
Okay, I kind of feel that. I got my cat nicer things back when I lived back home. Yep, I can search shit. Shell casings, gunpowder. Who just keeps gunpowder in there?
The book is damp and damaged, but clearly well cared for.
I don't know if I'd live in a house with this. This probably smells terrible. And I live near the sea. Salty things smell terrible when they begin to rot. Drink fish. octopus tentacles. Ah, it's all going to waste.
Let's see what you find, newcomer.
Alright.
It would take tremendous effort to move this thing, let alone tossing it over like this. It would take tremendous effort to move this thing, let alone tossing it over like this.
Did he fucking just jump through the damn wall? That'd be interesting. What did you see?
Hello? Hey, can you hear me?
Oh, I see the flashlight.
Oh, my head. What? Who are you? Are you police? I've already told them everything.
It's okay. I'm Charles Reed, Private Eye. Mr. Throgmorton hired me to find his son.
Oh, okay. What do you want?
I want to start with who are they first.
Tell me about yourself.
Name's Will. Will Hammond. I'm a fisherman. We all are. Live here together.
Okay,
Me,
the Kool-Aid
Poor fella
man.
Paul, Barry, and Innsmouth of Lewis Flynn. We moved here after the flood. I worked on the railroad, but the rail ain't kicking anymore, so I started fishing. It was add or starve.
If there's just a red man just running around through walls in this game, I might just call the stream there.
I want to know what happened here. Every detail.
I don't remember much. Me, Paul, and Lewis, we were here. This is our house. Barry was outside on his business. Then he came back carrying Throgmorton's son. He was unconscious, barely breathing. Barry left again to call Mr. Robert.
Then what?
We put the guy in Lewis's room. Then he started to make these horrible sounds and... okay, my head began to burst. And he woke up. And after that, I don't remember a thing, just dreams. Drowned streets, a sleeping giant, a voice that called me.
That sounds familiar.
Who is
Where's
Kay?
this K you keep mentioning?
Outsiders, show some respect. Kay is our lord, our light, our love.
Sorry, I didn't know.
Interesting. A deity that protects fishermen, maybe? Where are the others?
Where are all the other guys?
That's Paul there on the floor. Kay be with him. Barry's outside with Mr. Throgmorton. Lucky rascal missed everything. And I have no idea what Lewis or Throgmorton's son got to. Starting to suspect the worst.
What
Do
happened
you
to
know how
Paul?
Paul died?
I don't know. When I pulled myself together, he was already gone. Kay have mercy on his soul.
I've got to go.
I'll leave you to it. Take care of yourself, Will.
Please, detective, sir, tell me the truth. Could it be me? Did I kill Paul? Or Kay? Did I kill him?
I don't know yet, Will. And the police will stop anyone coming in or out of here, so I suggest you just try and get some rest.
I'm afraid of what I might dream. My head! I still hear those voices.
Well, it takes something.
I can barely recognize the face of the poor fella. He was beaten
Beaten
to
in.
a pulp.
Blown for a straw man? What in the fuck? Alright, I'm just not gonna look at that. I'm gonna pretend it's not there. Can I shoot it? The fuck are you? Alright, we're starting off well. Alcohol?
Choo choo.
Okay, at least it's got some fun dialogue. You still there? Okay, it's gone.
I can barely recognize the face of the poor fella. He was beaten to a pulp.
See if we can't find a weapon, or... Is your fist bloody as hell? No? Something toppled the bookshelf, so it was pretty damn strong. Squelching noises.
5 cards short of a full house.
Oh, I'll be damned.
I'm surprised they don't have someone's portrait here.
What is that, some sort of clock? Some sort of dartboard. Ooh.
Never seen knives like this before. Masterful work.
Okay, I'm not gonna lie. I do collect knives. Kinda want that. There's a star chart or ancient Mayan calendar. Ooh, that's very possible.
I'm surprised they don't have someone's portrait here.
That's interesting. Frosty welcome. Testimony. First one doesn't take Barry found the unconscious Albert Throgbott, brought him to their house, leaving for Robert Throgbott. Throgmorton. Robert woke up, started making horrible sounds. His hysteria seemed to spread to Wood and seemed visions similar to mine. When he recovered, he found Paul dead on the floor, and there was no trace of Albert or Lewis. He doesn't remember anything beyond that. Yeah, Robert's request, hotel room key, letter. Okay. There were 3 fishermen in the house when I woke up, but I only found 2 of them. Albert returned unstable. Strange. Sudden psychotic break. Alright, so there's his will. To my father and made will. Wait, hold up. Did that say trap? Set traps twice as quick. I can make traps in this game? Oh, this is gonna get fun. What else is here?
So, that's what an Innsmouther looks like.
Is there anything else on the back? My first thought process is always take the picture frame apart because that's where I would hide something. Mind's eye.
Glenna, Nehri, Glenna, Gebheil, Nugulena, Haften.
Like fucking what now? Retrocognition. Retrocognition allows you to understand events that happened in the past, inspect enough evidence on these scenes, and a vision will emerge. Step into it and find all the critical scenes. Mark the scenes in chronological order to gain new evidence. Okay, that's pretty cool.
Take this, ape-face.
Oh, okay, I see it now. The blunt force trauma is on the barrel. Holy shit, they threw a barrel at him. Fucking Donkey Kong.
Yeah, run!
One of them has a gun. Anything happen in here? No. Okay, I think I know what happened.
What's happening?
Okay, let's see what we have here.
I'm gonna say that happened.
What's
Hysteria ensued.
happening?
Take this, ape face.
And then I'm gonna say flipped the bookcase out of the way and jumped out. Either he broke through, or it was already like that and they were using the shelving to cover it up.
Yeah, run!
When Albert Throgmorton woke up, he was not himself. He attacked the fishermen and his hysteria spread to them. When he got wounded, he fled.
Mind Plays. Casebook and switch to Mind Plays. Combine pairs of relevant clues to get evidence crucial information for the case. It's added to the casebook. Deductions. These explain distances in the case. These are displayed in the Mind Palace. Some deductions can be interpreted differently and that can lead to different conclusions. Okay, sort of like how Holmes in Chapter 1, when you're sort of making decisions on like who's guilty and not, kind of like the elephant case. This can lead to different conclusions. Discover all possible conclusions to fully understand the case, but it's up to you to solve it. Oh, there's another one of those weird, creepy things around, isn't it?
My head. I still hear the.
House brought fisherman brought unconscious off time has one out woke up and caused an outburst of hysteria, attacked the rest of the fishermen. Once the fisherman shot him and Albert fled through a hole. Okay. Okay. So Albert returned. Alright, okay. So psychotic outbreak. Okay, so there's another one. There's another fisherman. Said he was downstairs with the. He was outside. Obviously, running the same engines here. Very much so. Where's the. Yeah, you.
I've said everything I know. I've said everything I know.
Don't do anything stupid, newcomer. And keep your hands where I can see them.
I found your
Mr.
son's will.
Throgmorton, I found this in the lifeboat. Looks like it's your son's will.
Give it to me. Oh, my boy, what did you get yourself into? If only I hadn't sent you on that cursed expedition.
Bye.
Okay, it's not saying I've collected all of the evidence here yet. Just making me wonder if there's something I'm missing.
The book is damp and
There's the
damaged, but
book.
clearly well cared for.
There was a dog here. Wonder, can I go up through the floorboards? Yes, I can. Is there anything else I am missing? Before I try and come to somewhat of a conclusion. I'm really curious about this ritualistic knife, because it doesn't really tie into the case as much. I wonder if it has something to do with that key figure.
Seems like Prohibition hasn't affected Oakmont too much.
Because a dog's bed doesn't mean there's a dog that was in it. Oh, that's very true. That's true. Wonder what they could have put in it, though. Is there anything? That's a train set. I looted that. Stacks of newspapers. Put that away for now. Nope. Alright, I'm not seeing anything else, so I should probably try and cut. Wait, blood
There
mark.
was a fierce fight here, but someone tried to flee.
This is right around the area here. Or yep, all evidence collected. I knew it. Alright. Being a stranger after returning from the sea, he was mad, violent, and spoke gibberish. Fisherman suffered a sudden psychotic break. After Albert there regained consciousness. There were 3 fishermen in the house when I woke up, but I've only found 2 of them. So Albert was unstable. Behaved strange after returning from the sea. He was mad, violent, spoke gibberish. The third one found there's an ongoing feud. Find clues to make deductions. Alright. Okay, so he attacked the fisherman. Alvarado was dangerous and posed a threat to Lewis Flint and his fellow fishermen. Okay. Clues. Mad. So yeah, that's connected to that. Wait. No, maybe not. Albert returned unstable. Fisherman suffered a sharp break after Albert regained consciousness. I'm gonna spread some sort of psychotic influence which made everyone nearby suffer hysteria. Albert fled when wounded. I can track down a fisherman named Lewis fled the scene after the fight in the house. I can track them using my supernatural sense. Okay. Okay, so the Throgmorton and Innsmouther feud that might link to this. As an Innsmouth that Lewis and his people suffered at the hands of the Throgmortons, that could be the reason to hate them. Okay. I've got a fisherman named Lewis fled. Seen after a fight in the house, I can track them using my supernatural sense. I can track down Albert, so I'm gonna assume we're probably gonna be looking for... Yep, that's not creepy to look at all.
I've said everything I know.
So they jumped out of here. Where else did they go? Okay. Do I need to interact with it, maybe?
There was a fierce fight here, but someone tried to flee.
Okay, I can see that you fled, but where does that take me? Okay, he went that way. Oh, starting to make me go low, man. It's an old brass shotgun shell. At least that's what it looks like.
So the fisherman pursued Albert, even let off a few
No.
shots.
He was using a pistol. Wait, if he was using a pistol, that is a really big fucking pistol caliber. It's giving me like a slight nausea. Actually, see if I can turn. I used to sell guns. Judging by its size, I'm gonna say it's probably 12 gauge. Maybe 10. It wasn't uncommon back in the days to have some bigger rounds than we do now. Scrap. Alright, so this way. So weird symbols. Do those appear outside my vision? They do.
Even though Albert was wounded, he managed to climb that high. Robert wasn't exaggerating when he said he raised him strong.
It's like blood on the box, maybe? Oh, yeah, this way. Let's see what's this way on. I'm a sucker for exploration. There's crafting in this game, so never hurts to grab a couple more materials. That's just a rotten fish. Is there a run feature in this game? Climb, open crouch. It doesn't look like there's a run. It's shift. Okay, so there is a run. Where is it in here? Run. When aiming, firing weapon. Right, trigger is run. That's more of a brisk jog, but understandable.
There's something in the pocket.
Lewis, please, just give me one more week. I know I owe you, but I'm underwater like everyone else right now. I don't have enough stock to operate the bar smoothly with the fuzz snooping about the port. But don't worry, I've struck a nice deal with the proper people and should have a steady supply channel soon. Just one more week and I'll return with everything with double interest. Peter.
The blood is fresh. Whomever it belongs to could not have got far.
Metal scrap. That sounds like a game from below. Maybe. Ooh. Gunpowder, alcohol. Nope, can't go in here. Anything else in the private eye? Not much. So check out the lower floor. Padlocks. Padlocks and weak planks can be broken with a shot or a melee attack. I have a shovel. Scratch that. I have a serrated shovel. Yep, he was definitely in the military at this time. They handed those things out like candy.
Door won't budge.
Do I have to waste a bullet? Do I have melee? Right bumper, melee. Yes, he uses the shovel. Bonk. Oh shit. Oh shit. Ow. I'm not using bullets unless I have to. Always double tap. That's what Petty Officer told me.
One fatal round through the forehead. That's no accident. This was deliberate. One fatal round through the forehead.
I wonder if
That's
they...
no
Okay,
accident.
interesting.
This was deliberate.
So they strung him up. That is a rotting... I honestly don't know what kind of... Okay, no whale I know has teeth. I like that at least. Unless it's an Orcon, that ain't black. You better be dead. Alright, good. There's probably some other clues around here. It didn't say all evidence collected. Yeah, I opened that up. Is there anything under here? Yes, it did. Alright. Let's check out casebook. Thornbraid's Jackson blood found alongside the bloodstained note in the warehouse where Albert Throckmorton fled. Basement warehouse. Not far from the fisherman's house, he was fatally shot in the head, impaled on hooks, and then hidden. Albert fled when wounded. Lewis pursued Albert. Lewis may have wanted Albert dead. Lewis may have wanted to kill Albert outright because he had thrown him out rather than just drive him off. That's possible. Bar owner. Was it the owner of the local bar in the port owes Lewis Flynn money? Hold on, let me reread that note. Lewis, please. Peter. Albert and the fisherman Lewis fled the scene after fight. I contracted. I think it's Cthulhu game built on whatever. Obviously intended as a Sherlock Holmes engine. Yeah, that's really interesting. I mean, the whole mystery of the Outer Gods is kind of interesting. And everyone seems to go mad when they see one, or at least are contracted, or a follower of one, so... Madness and murder do go hand in hand. And private eye always goes where murder is. Or someone's missing. That ended up with murder. Lewis left the crime scene and Albert was murdered. Lewis intimate to kill Albert about maybe hiding at the bar and oh okay. That's okay, that makes sense. Albert was murdered. Simple enough. The first Lovecraft game Frogware ever made was a Sherlock Holmes crossover. Okay, that actually is pretty funny. Maybe it's an homage? Cut off that. Maybe hiding at the bar at Oakman Port. Okay. Is the bar marked? Okay, shit. Key evidence collected. Charon, that seems very familiar. Charon. That's the, oh god. That's the name of the, boatsman in Greek mythology, isn't it? For a gold coin ferries you to the afterlife. Oh, this is drawing on my mythology. Oh man, I'm rusty. I wonder. I want to go back to that boat real quick. Yeah, that's the guy. Alright, cool. I'm not terribly out of age for that. Where's my boat? My boat's over there. Okay, that one piece of evidence I'm missing probably has something to do with that fish painting that I saw. Or the fish that was mounted. Charm.
Now get out.
No. Do I have to shoot you or like what? No. Oh, that was a waste of a bullet. What do you do? I'm really curious because it says I should interact with that, but I don't know how.
Never trust a tourist advertisement.
Oh. Oh, picture. I'm dumb as fuck. Photo of a trophy plate. All evidence collected. Okay, cool. Wait, I can just hit somebody with a fucking brick. And a med kit. Cool. Inventory. Explosives and traps, miscellaneous, crafting materials. Gunpowder and shell casings. To make as much as I can. Wait, hold up. Inventory. Pistol, an army-issued bullet M11, easy to handle and carry, concealed, a private eye's weapon of choice. Uses 38 special pistol rounds. I don't know. I remember the usual 45. I think the 45 carried 8, but 38 special is a smaller round. It should technically be able to carry more. Wait, no, 7. Because it carries 7. Huh. Photo trip. Looks very lifelike. Strange fish. Ah yes, I just go around catching eldritch abominations. Alcohol, coil spring. How do you make a med kit with a coil spring? Save. That's a cool save. Hiding at the bar in Armenport. Dos Reef Hotel. Red lights. Grimhaven Bay. Oakland City Port. Alright, maybe you know where the bar's at.
I've said everything I know.
This is a strange creature.
I've encountered something.
What? I don't have all day.
Some unusual creatures, and they sure weren't friendly.
You've seen a wild beast, Mr. Reed. I'm somewhat surprised to see you still alive. Those unsettling things appeared after the flood. I've commissioned a few studies on them, but we know little more than when we started. They're aggressive, but fortunately not immune to gunfire.
Yeah, I learned that firsthand.
Try to avoid them when possible. And when
Shovels
you
are also
can,
good.
keep your weapons handy.
Your son
Mr.
was murdered.
Throckmorton, I'm afraid I have bad news.
Oh, no.
Yeah, I found your son in the basement of a nearby warehouse. I'm sorry, but he was murdered. Shot in the head and the body hidden.
No. It cannot be true. No, no, no. I don't believe it. No.
My condolences, Mr. Throckmorton. I had hoped for a happier outcome.
Your condolences will not bring him back.
Well, I tried.
So much of our blood spilled for nothing. So much effort in vain. My poor Albert. Tell me you know who did it. I want to look him in the eyes, make him beg for mercy.
I'm not gonna jump to conclusions.
I don't know exactly. I have some suspects, but I need to investigate further.
What kind of private eye are you?
The kind that gets
thorough
him
one.
right.
When I find him, I'll tell you.
Fine. No one leaves the port until then. Find me that dirtbag and I'll help you with anything you need.
How about a Necronomicon? Bar under the keel. As in keel of the ship. If my ship terms are right, keel is basically the backbone of the ship, where a lot of the support is. If I remember correctly. At the keel bar.
You look familiar, but old Billy hasn't seen you around.
Old Billy. Alright, I've seen a dumpster fire, but holy shit, what happened over here? The whole damn train yard came apart. Oh yes, the harmonica.
Stay alert. Monsters lurk underground. They're everywhere.
Ugh, I'll miss the carpenter's food giveaway with this darn port closure.
What are you in for, atmosphere? Yeah, very much. I agree with that. I think we even have a seance over here.
Come closer, troubled soul. Let me tell you what your future holds.
You're some kind of, fortune teller?
Yes, my dear, yes. Oh, it's so clear. Your path holds many surprises, newcomer.
Do tell.
Really? Like what?
Not so fast, newcomer. I see many things. For a small fee, I'll tell you some of them.
Alright, how much? $1?
Your money has no value here, newcomer. After the flood, Oakmonters deal in the practical. Booze, smokes, and bullets. And I'll make it easier for you. I don't smoke.
I can. Alright. Fine, one bullet.
Let's
I'm
hear
just gonna
what my
smack
future
everything with a
holds.
shovel.
Good. Let me focus. The sea will be generous in the coming days. Many gifts delivered, and many will regret partaking.
I don't think I follow.
I see old and new. A hard heart against an iron will. Whoever wins, you win too. But you'll only see that from inside a metal cage. And tall pillars circled by the dead. A race from one to the next as time itself laughs.
I'm gonna guess they're probably gonna be getting good harvest from
Thank
the
you.
sea.
I'll keep that in mind.
You are welcome.
And it's probably gonna
I
bite him in
can't
the
wait
ass.
to see what you do.
Fortune Teller's Prophecy. Achievement unlocked. Tempting Fate. Howdy, partner. Oops.
Welcome to Under the Keel. What do you want?
I've seen some unsettling creatures
I've
around.
seen some unsettling creatures around. Like nothing I've ever encountered. What are they?
So you met a wild beast, newcomer. No one knows what they are, but consider yourself lucky to still be in one piece. They arrived in the flood. Some say they come from the sea. Others that they are Kay's punishment for us.
And what do you say?
If it bleeds, you can kill it. Keep your gun handy. And if you want to erase the memory, I sell a perfect cure right here. Remember, better to be a coward and live than brave and dead. Unless you're a newcomer.
Need to find Lewis Flynn.
I'm looking for a man by the name of Lewis Flynn. Any chance he's here?
Yeah. Even if I knew, I don't rat to newcomers.
You want him gone? I can help.
As it happens, I know you owe a debt to Mr. Flynn. Trouble is, I found your note near the dead body of Albert Throgmorton, son of Robert. So, it seems Lewis is in trouble. Might have even come here to hide. But you hand him over, and he won't be back to collect what you owe. Get me?
Throck. That would explain the blood. Fine. If it gets me out of this mess, you can have him.
So?
He's upstairs. Here's the key. You gotta promise to deal with him, once and for all. But save the shooting for outside, huh?
Smart man. There's your good deed for the day. Bye.
I'm definitely gonna play another save file of this in my off time. I'm not gonna go any farther, but I definitely wanna amp up the graphics and do more rooting around and try and find more stuff. Maybe a bit more lore. That's what I love about the detective games I played when I was younger. Just how much story you could put into something. How many little minute details you could put in. Resident Evil's a pretty good example of this. Who is it that followed me? I think it was JagTag63. He's really good at analyzing like older Resident Evil games and able to like point out small details you wouldn't have noticed, like how chair placement can be a big deal, and like how a family scrambled in an attempt from like trying to run away from the virus.
What the? Get the... Oh.
He explains it way better than I ever could, but he's got some really good streams on older Resident Evil games where he knows everything. He does runs with like a pistol and that's it.
What are you doing?
Charles Reed, private investigator. Mr. Throgmorton hired me to find his son Albert, so I think you know why I'm here.
Ugh. That darn bartender. It was all that crazy ape's fault. You hear me?
Calm down. I only want to speak.
He looks like a fish.
But no, if you reach for your gun, you'll hit the floor faster than you can say poetic justice.
I got nothing to hide.
Why do you look like that? I'm okay. I'm gonna ask.
What kind of... why
what
do you...
Your face.
Your face, it's,
Oh, so you're here to attack me just because I look different to you? Wanna spit on me, whisper to your friends? What's new?
no, I'm sorry. I didn't know how to ask. I've just Never met someone like you before.
Oh my god, what's wrong
I
with
didn't
your
mean any
face?
Innsmouthers' bodies were blessed by the sea. You're gonna see a lot of us here, so you better get over it. We are proud of who we are.
Blessed by the sea. I get a feeling that's another reference to K somehow. How did it all happen?
Start at the beginning. What happened?
We were in our house, me, Paul, and Will. Barry'd gone to the sea. Though I told him that it would only bring bad luck. If he'd listened to me, we'd all still be alive.
Come on.
His
Lewis.
teeth are sharp too.
Focus.
Right. Well, Barry dragged that damn ape to our house. He was bragging about how much Mr. Throgmorton would give us for saving his son. But that ape, he was out cold. Then woke in an instant and started screaming, attacking us. After that, can't remember a thing.
You shot to kill. No warning, no second chances. You pursued Albert even after he fled. Why?
I can't remember it. When he woke, it was like a bloody mist descended over me. First thing I recall after is that darn warehouse and me covered in blood. I had no idea what happened, though. I suspected it had something to do with that ape. Turns out, I was right.
Why do your people hate the Throgmortons?
I hear there's a bit of a
Fish
feud
versus ape.
between the Innsmouthers and the Throgmortons. Care to fill me in?
Those apes hated us from the moment we arrived in Oakmont. Our home was destroyed. We just needed a place to stay. The Blackwood Grand family sheltered us, but others were not as hospitable. We needed jobs, food, and medicine. The city denied it all.
And so?
We had to fight for every crumb of bread. And those Throgmortons in their high castle only made our life harder. Always
He's got scales on
conspiring
his
behind
arms,
our
too.
backs. Always setting people against us. I'd love to see them suffer like we suffered.
What's a grand family?
You mentioned a grand family. What do you mean?
So you're a newcomer, huh? Explains a lot.
Yeah, a newcomer with a gun. Answer the question.
Okay. People here are crazy about bloodlines and tradition and reputation. The head honchos of Oakmont are called the Grand Families. There's the Carpenters, who control most of the city's underworld, the Blackwoods, who share kin with Innsmouthers through the Marsh family.
And let me guess, the Throgmortons.
Right, those filthy apes. Now that most of the Blackwoods are gone, there's nobody left to protect us Innsmouthers.
Your actions look
The
deliberate.
things you did to Albert don't look like a bloody rage. A fatal shot to the head, a hidden body. One might start to wonder if it was deliberate.
I don't know what to say. I wasn't myself.
I think I've got all I need.
Please, Mr. Reed, don't tell Throgmorton about me. I know I'm in no position to ask. I didn't want to do whatever it is I did. Honest, have mercy, please. I have a family. Without me, they'll starve.
I'll think about it.
This is not exactly cut and dry. I need some time to think.
Perhaps I can offer something to grease your grinds. I still have a few bullets on me.
No, I
You
can't
think
be
you're
swayed.
the first person to offer me a bribe?
Please, Mr. Reed.
Now, don't try my patience further, Mr. Flynn.
All evidence collected. Alright, let's... Mythos. Fortune tellers proudly see will be generous in the coming days. Many gifts delivered and many will regret partaking. I'm gonna guess there's probably gonna be a great harvest. I see old and new. Hard heart against an iron will. I don't know what that could be. Old and new might refer to who was on the island first versus the newcomers, which are the fishy people. But you only see that from inside a metal cage. Then tall pillars encircled by the dead erase from one to the next as time itself laughs. That probably has something to do with the old gods. I found Lewis Flynn, the Innsmouther fisherman that killed Albert Throgmorton, hiding at the local bar in the port. He admitted that he was at the crime scene, but can't remember how exactly he killed Albert Throgmorton. He claims that he was under mental influence, just like the other fishermen at the house, and that he was not in control of himself. He asked me not to give him up to Robert Throgmorton. I can either review Lewis's whereabouts to Robert Throgmorton or save him and lie to Robert. Lewis was affected by the hysteria. Albert was murdered. Lewis was aware of what he was doing during the fight. Oh, I was able to... That's... Well, this is kind of tricky. When Throgmorton was in his rage, he just picked up a fucking barrel and bashed somebody over the head with it. Like, that's blind rage. Deliberately taking somebody, hiding a body, putting it on hooks, and shooting it straight through the forehead? That doesn't make me think mentally affected. I mean, he could have been. But it would have been a lot sloppier, a lot not as clean. It would have been, he would have been riddled with bullet holes, is my thought process. If it was anything like the hysteria that Throgmorton had, where he just fucking goes insane and he fucking Donkey Kong someone. I'm gonna say Lewis was probably somewhat aware of his actions if he put a bullet straight through the forehead. Lewis may have wanted Albert dead. Lewis deliberately murdered Albert. Psychotic influence not. Lewis was about to murder Albert Throgmorton. He had a motive too, the mutual hatred between Innsmouthers and Throgmortons. I must tell Robert Throgmorton the truth and bring the murderer to justice. Lewis was under mental influence. Lewis killed Albert Throgmorton while in some sort of mental influence. He couldn't control his actions and thus can't be blamed for Albert's death. I could try and cover him, or else Robert Throgmorton will have his head. I honestly don't see it that way. I want to go check out that crime scene again real quick. I'm gonna go review evidence at like where it happened. So I've got all evidence from everywhere. Daisy? Okay. So, Throgmorton woke up, acting crazy, Elder Gods bullshit, started a fight, picked up a damn barrel, smacked this guy in the face with it. Might have done it a couple of times, judging by how much blood's around. He got shot by Lewis. Went down. Lewis and Throgmorton both ran to the warehouse over here. I'm sorry if this is boring me, so I'm just trying to like follow the events, try and piece it together. Both came inside of the warehouse. More blood.
And the blood is fresh. Whomever it belongs to could not have got far.
There's a lot of blood here. He's not just gonna be standing there. I wonder if he... Nah, I respect a good crime. Recreation as much as the next guy. I'm gonna say he might have collapsed at this point, running here. Because that's a lot of blood. He was shot. So, after that, Lewis might have... Yeah, that's smear marks. That's dragged. Waiting here while Lewis unlocked the door because there was a padlock on here. And then took him in here to the cold room. You can tell it's a cold room because there's ice on the floor, even if it's badly textured, because my computer can't run it.
One fatal round through the forehead. That's no accident. This was deliberate.
Yeah. He said it, deliberate. And the fact that he was put on hooks. Nobody's gonna take the time to set that up if they're in a crazed, delirious state, because this guy right here just picked up a barrel and bashed somebody. Yeah, it was intentional. That's like what I'm coming from. Then there's this damn thing. Yeah, I'm going that was probably intentional. That's my cue, and I'm sticking to it. Because I went to boot camp, I have seen idiots shoot guns, and I've seen people that freak out when they hold a gun in their hand. They can't hit worth a shit. So yeah, I'm gonna stick to... Yeah. Lewis deliberately murdered. I wonder if I say it to Lewis's face, if he'll try and kill me. Because if he tries to shoot me, and I shoot him first, I get more bullets. Terrible thing to say, but when bullets are currency, I've played Metro. God, I still need to finish Metro Exodus. That was a good game.
Please, I told you the truth, I swear.
Yeah, I don't believe you. Oh, that's curtain holders. I thought somebody stuck a beer in the wall. You're different. The other harmonica guy was a bit bigger than you. Anything. Okay, I'm really interested with all these threes. Because there's a 3 there. There's a 3 on the dock sign over here. That's probably alluding to something. It really comes down to where outright mind altercation starts and where just all Lovecraftian characters are fragile and differently are easily driven insane ends. That is very much a fair point. The murderer is at the bar.
Just as I suspected, the Innsmouther Lewis is responsible for your son's murder. He's hiding at the local bar. Just ask the bartender. Seems like he had a bone to pick with your family and took it out on Albert.
Oh, that scum won't be getting off easy. The whole city shall see what happens when you cross the Throgmortons. Justice, bittersweet as it is, shall be served. It's rare for a newcomer to make himself so useful. Thank you.
Mr. Throgmorton, I hate to press you, but do you think you could help me now?
Yes, you've earned it. Kay, to think a newcomer barely off the boat solves a crime the police couldn't, but I digress. Remind me, what brought you to Oakmont?
I think I'm going mad, Mr. Throgmorton. I see things, visions, and I needed to stop. I was drawn here, or guided, or I don't know. But I believe the source of this madness is here, in Oakmont.
You're not wrong, Mr. Reed. An inexplicable hysteria spread through Oakmont after the flood. I funded an expedition to explore recent geological activity that may be responsible.
Cthulhu's under the island. They probably started waking it up. That's why you don't poke the angry octopus man.
A geological expedition? I'm not sure I follow.
I have reason to believe the flood and this madness have the same source. As above, so below. So I sent men to find out.
Any link between the visions and hysteria?
Do these cases of hysteria involve shared visions as well?
Since the flood, many Oakmonters have had similar nightmares. Indeed, Professor Doe, the expedition leader, complained of them herself.
Waterlogged ruins with unnatural architecture. A sleeping giant, drowned streets, and a voice calling from the depths.
Her words exactly. She proposed the expedition, desperately wanting to find the cause.
That's probably the professor that his son was mentioned in the writing. You think the flood is unnatural?
You mentioned the flood. You think it's more than just a natural disaster.
You weren't here, Mr. Reed. What happened defied scientific explanation.
Any discoveries so far?
Found anything?
I do not know. Albert was part of it. His passing cannot be coincidence. Why was he alone at the port? And where are the others?
The murder and the expedition are linked?
Do you think your son was killed because the expedition uncovered something?
Is it so hard to believe? I had no news for a week, then Albert, the only one I could trust, comes ashore and is killed.
It does sound suspicious.
Mr. Reed, I want you to find out what's going on. I expect you're as interested in the expedition's results as I am.
Tell me more about the
If
expedition.
I'm going to look into this, I'll need to know more. Where should I start?
I'll give you the address of the expedition's headquarters and a key.
That's all you can tell me?
Let me be clear, Reed. You do not speak to me like that again.
I'm sorry, Mr. Throckmorton. I just meant the more I know, the better.
I am a busy man. I funded the research, but left all preparations to Professor Doe and Albert. When you've finished, come see me at the Throgmorton family manor. It's in Old Grove. Here, I'll show you.
What about my expenses?
They will be reimbursed after you complete your task. And of course, you've earned some compensation for your work here at the port. I'll also include a fair advance in bullets.
Bullets?
The dollar lost its use here, Mr. Reed. After the flood, Oakmont returned to bartering. Bullets mean more than bills.
Hold up, I have a revolver? Oop, casebook. Padlock's combat. If you are crouched, hostiles are less likely to find you. Enemies may harm your sanity as well as health. Some of the unique abilities may come as an unpleasant surprise, but most have a weak point too. Ammo supplies are scarce, scavenge, crafting, and crest rewards are the only source of supplies. Guns are not going to reload themselves. There's a diving mechanic? Okay, that's cool as fuck. Because I know a bit about Navy diving. I don't know much about these old type suits though. Although that suit does look Lovecraftian, not like the ones I've actually seen in the Navy museums. The harpoon stuns hostile creatures for a short time. Flares light your way. You can distract hostile creatures. Right bumper if damaged. Hold to slowly recover your diving suit's pressure. Okay. Okay, that's actually very helpful. Casebook. Huh. For now, brick. Medkits. Alright. Advance and bullets. Main case lost at sea. Frosty welcome. Completed cases. Alright. Key to the expedition headquarters. Northern Cavern side, crossheads of Ashen Road and Hubert Avenue. Alright. So this is probably gonna be where I get out of here. Might also do a lap around the island, like you did, Mitsu, probably to unlock all the fast travel points. That's not good. Okay. No, don't let it touch the ground. Oh, some poor Boy Scout's gonna have to burn that now. Okay, that's new. Mind fuck? No, more like mind suck. Lost at sea. Robert Thormont found an expedition to discover the origin of the mass hysteria gripping Oakmont. The expedition was to explore the seabed near Oakmont. Contact with the expedition was soon lost. Albert Throgmorton was the only known survivor. He was subsequently murdered. I was hired to find any other expedition members, dead or alive. Throgmorton will be waiting for my report in his manor in southern Old Grove.
Crew of the Cyclops. Semper Fortis, brothers.
Great Cthulhu takes a deep breath and shows you up his nose. Now you're covered with Elder God boogers. Pretty much. Simplify. Those are sailor uniforms. Wearing dress blues? Looks like he's the one that the eye is on. I can't see any of the medals the others have pinned, or the ribbons. So he was most likely a junior sailor, while the others are probably higher in rank and probably more experienced. From the beginning, when their face is torn off, I'm going to guess they probably died in a war. Or something at sea got them. Didn't know my Navy knowledge would be coming in handy here. My diary, part 1. I don't know what sank the USS Cyclops. Only remember the screaming and the metal creaking, water filling the deck in my head. Shit, so I was right. The worst I've ever had. I found myself among the floating seaweed, drowning. A nearby piece of boat helped me survive and reach the shore of a small island. They found me on it later, starving, half mad, and blabbering about the ancient ruins and their denizens. The officials said none of what I thought I'd seen was real, but my memories are true. My strange powers gained by that ordeal prove it. I found something horrible on that island, something old and dark and slithering. It still haunts me. So he was probably discharged from the Navy after that because I probably thought he went nuts. I plead for help. Dear Mr. Reed, I understand you are the private eye that caught the murderer in the port. My life is in danger and I cannot trust anyone in the city. Please come to my room, which is just opposite yours. I am in despair. My studies have drawn the attention of vile forces. They stalk me and will take... Alright, second side quest. Our first side quest. They stalk me and will take me soon. I have cast my lot and I am beyond saving, but the 7 books must be saved at all cost. Even if I'm gone, find my notes there. This knowledge must not be lost, as it could be our kind's last hope for enlightenment. Please be the bearer of this light, for I have failed. Mystic Tomes. Oh. Charles W. Reed, 32117. 10/9/94.
Never again, they say.
There's something on the back. All that we see or seem is just a dream within a dream. Isn't it Cthulhu mythos that our entire world is dreamed by the gods, and when they wake up, the dream ends, and so do we? 32117 10/9/94. United States Navy, Charles W. Reed. Alcohol, shell casing, spore spring, cordite, gunpowder, metal, rags. Alright, cool. Wardrobe. Newcomer, wind coat. Okay, that's funny as hell. That actually matches my Navy pea coat that I have in my closet right now. Daywear. That's pretty cool. Man of Science, Fisherman, Police Envoy, Plague Doctor. Wardrobe hat. I have to unlock this one at some point. The Cultist. I don't even know. I'm seeing reused assets. But that's actually pretty cool. I like the newcomer look with the leather jacket. I might switch to the other stuff later on. Ah yes, the time for pinups was truly an American greatest time. Anything else in my shitty hotel? Yep. Raids on Innsmouthers. Number of attacks on the Innsmouthers immigrants has increased. Raids are intensifying with more and more Innsmouthers exposed to abuse and assault. Sometimes whole families are found dead in their homes. Oh shit. Police are on the case with several illegal Innsmouthers business captured and their owners sent to jail. The city ought to have been cleaned of these fish-faced scum long ago, said Robert Throgmont. Yeah, you're definitely leading the instigation. Head of the Throgmont and Graham family. I regret only one thing. It all started too late. Had we not neglected our civic activities, my son Albert would still be here with us. Wow, this is like today. Wow. Yeah, this looks fucking terrible. Note from J. Vanderberg. Mr. Reed, it seems that you overexerted yourself while conducting the investigation for Mr. Starborn. Forgive me for the audacity, but I brought you to the Devil's Reef while you were unconscious. Please take more care of yourself in the future. I won't be there for you every time. Johannes. Did this man just like princess carry us here? Across the hall. Okay. Yep. Nope. Okay. Yep. Oh. Yep. I'm gonna guess cultist. I'm also gonna take your stuff. Waiting book. Building the church was his redemption. Day after day he worked without payment, carrying stones and putting them in all the moist soil of Salvation Harbor. At night when he returned to his house behind the church, he could not sleep. The book his ancestors brought across the ocean called. When the church was built, the priests found him hanging on the bell ropes, but the book is still waiting for someone to come and read it. His house is in Central Salvation Harbor on the old church road between Seven Oak Street and Windhelm Street. Still has a bad frame, and no one wants to live there even after the flood. The Waiting Book. The Tome of the Mare. Or Mar? The fishermen talk of a place. Johannes Senpai. I might need to commission art of that. Just Johannes just carrying Ventus to bed. The fishermen talk of a place near the Blackwoods Manor on the southern part of Whisper Street. Oh yeah, nothing bad's gonna happen there. Where the meetings occur in the dead of the night. The locals don't like this part of eastern Grimhaven Bay, because they seem to fear those who gather near the half-built ships. They say a certain book is read at these meetings, a cursed tome that makes people crave the sea's touch, that they go and drown in the ocean. Yikes. Reminds me of the Piper. The one reading the book stands out on a cursed boat that sinks in the fog. Those who saw it touch the shore have either gone mad or disappeared. Interesting. The nightmares. I board up the windows and lock the door. They are just men. The Yellow King's gang. Yellow King. They can't get here now. Now there's only me and these nightmares. A little longer and I'll figure them out. The Bewitched Tome. The local legends may be more than mere superstition. A dozen witches were hanged on a huge apple tree that still grows near the cider mill. Among these documents is a confession. One of the witches said the devil himself granted them a book with words of power. What are you, Dovahkiin? This book hides itself from mortal eyes, waiting for the witches to be reborn and return to claim it. The witch who wrote this confession lived in eastern Reed Heights, somewhere north of the intersection of Communion Road and Museum Avenue. Could the book still be hidden there? Anytime I read, I put myself to sleep. But it's only when I read out loud. I need to stretch. Ow, my back. Oh, that felt good. Alright. Yep, Yellow Kings. Right there is the yellow sign. I knew the Yellow King was going to be a part of this. I knew it. Or the King in Gold or the King in Yellow. Local women are talking about a ruined house in Central Coverside, near the radio tower on the crossing of Landing Avenue and Kingsport Street. They said the ghost of the house owner and his family still read the unholy book they kept. Several newcomers who tried to settle in those ruins have gone mad. Book in the bank. Talking with locals is never easy, but this old chap was one of the queeriest yet. He was happy to talk about the book, but only laughed when I proposed to buy it. I left it in the most guarded place of the city and paid enough to keep it there until the world's end. And if it is abandoned after the flood, even better. Ignorance is the best guardian. Yeah, he's not wrong. I'm guessing he meant the abandoned bank building in the northern advent on Forefather Street between Heelog Street and Windfall Avenue. Alas, it would be too dangerous to go there by myself. bank, evidence updated. The hidden book. Took a lot of effort to track down this book. After being stolen from the Throgmorton Museum, they have their own museum. Why does that not surprise me? It was bought by a local surgeon who was found dead in his house after the flood. Alright, this is just gonna go on a wild goose chase. I snuck in and checked out his place, but in vain. Still, there is somewhere else the tome may be. The private hospital in Western Reed Heights where the surgeon worked has been abandoned. The archives say it is on Bourbon Road between Innsmouth Road and Oak Street. Oh, here's another one. The Wheel Tome. I had a dream so real it makes my hand shake. A huge Ferris wheel rose amidst the city. People got on and rode it higher and higher before jumping off at its peak. As a pile of corpses grew bigger, the crowd pushed me to the wheel, and then I saw a man with a leather bag. He was standing in the center of the wheel and reading from a book. Saw a man with a leather bag. Okay. His awful dirge was making the wheel rotate and dragging the crowd to their slaughter. Could this vision be real? I know there's a Ferris wheel at the park in Western Old Grove near Century Avenue and Beacon Street. But where could the book be? Probably in the middle. Documents, the nightmares. Okay, yeah, I read all that. Raids on Innsmouthers. Casebook. Okay. This actually is kind of interesting. For now, I'll focus on the main case. Backcountry dude. Gonna spook ya. Oh, you try it, Bat. You try it. He's gonna wait till I'm in a fight, I know it. Keep it down. Mr. Archer, I've seen you dragging things into your room. Mind the floors. I'll make you pay for any scratches you leave. Your landlord.
The door won't budge.
Can I go to the window? Nope. Nope. There's the scariest part, landlords. That is, yeah. Thankfully, I don't have a landlord. I just have a barracks manager. They can still be pretty mean. Gunpowder. Okay, this is new. Too many coincidences. So the lighthouse is out, several ships have gotten lost at sea, and some are now decorating the city's beaches. That's one thing. But now there's an enterprising fellow at the city's port hiring salvagers to recover ships. He's turning a tidy profit from selling them. Can't be a coincidence, need to look into it. Now, if only the city wasn't so impossible to navigate. Does this add more lore? Documents. Keep it down, too many coincidences. That's probably gonna turn into another. Probably gonna turn into another case at some point. Did I just step in something squishy? Yes. Nope. Nope. Okay, that's interesting. I'm just gonna... That doesn't look very natural. Alright, I think that's everything on this floor. Yeah.
The door won't budge.
Wait, hold up now. They put a nameplate next to my door in my hotel
Makes this
room.
place feel more like home. I miss Boston already.
I have a radio. Can I open the window and go out? I mean, obviously, I could probably just hang on the ledge. They did, or he did? Seeing how this character was carried to his room by his employer and just woke up, I'm gonna say Johannes, who's the guy who brought us here, probably slapped that up there.
Finally, you're awake. Gotta tell you though, mister, you want to stay on here, you stop making all that noise.
What noise?
Noise? What noise are you talking about?
I expect my guests to be respectable. Moans, chanting, all that kind of thing. It stops, all right?
Okay.
Yeah, sorry about that. I don't really remember what happened, but I'll do my best.
Yeah? Well, next time it happens, you end up sleeping under the bridge like the other newcomers.
You're not exactly friendly with your guests. Are we the ones keeping you in business?
All these newcomers after the flood, they're stark raving mad.
What do you mean?
You can't imagine the crazy notes and books I find after they move out. Only thing they're good for is lighting the kitchen stove.
Can I have a look?
I knew it. I tell you, no one sane would be interested. And you want to take a look? Well, fine. Take what you wish.
Looks like he's got gills. Pachinatl, oh my goodness, that's a lot of stuff. Considering no matter how badly the flood damaged it has an unnatural appeal, I can't stop myself from walking, even if it means being struck by further visions. Probably does. An old Innsmouth look. Yep. Oh, Backcountry. Have you played this game before? Up to the eastern part of Salvation Harbor, near the crossing of Fitz O'Callaghan Street. Church, it came to the feeling of loneliness and fear is immense. I was a woman, locked in a room, infected and slowly rotting. Ooh. My body turned into something, it itched badly in my face. I had to hold the skin with both hands to prevent it from growing until I suffocated? Nope, it's 90% Cthulhu with us, and it's a common trope, common thing with it. Oh, okay. I didn't know that was a common trope. I've only read like a little bit of the mythos, like more of the like creepypasta type stories. I've always wanted to read the actual ones, but I'm not good with Old English. I can barely understand Shakespeare. It does look like a full-on trope. Look, is a full-on trope that it inspired. Really? That's very interesting. I ended up sitting on the road crying until some Innsmouther kicked me and ordered me away. Oh shit. Lone child, visions are testing me about my... Please don't mock me if I come asking for protection. Yeah, shadow over Innsmouth is all more fit people. A metaphor for Jews. I mean, crossbred with humans to greet people with gifts and stuff. Interesting. The visions are testing me, playing with my mind. My old forgotten fears come to life when I was small. I'm afraid to stay home. I thought my parents would leave and never come back. Today I went to eastern streets of Coverside and the visions came on. Yeah, it's just duty driver. It never came back. Today I went to the eastern side of Covermost and the visions came corner street of Street Elma Lane and Kingsport Street. Good old super bigot Lovecraftian. I felt I was alone, forgotten and locked, in a locked room, hungry and frightened. It was so scary to stay inside, but everything was much worse behind the door. Something scratched at the corridor, and there were terrifying screams from outside. I could not run, could not hide. I just waited for Mom to return. Oh boy. Here's me afraid someone is stalking me. It started when I visited Western Advent and had a vision at the intersection of Purity Road and Oak Street. I saw mirrors full of reflections, and someone trapped, trying in vain to escape. His expressions of fear and panic shook me deeply. After all, a very tall and skinny man started following me in the distance. All it's missing is a suit, and you can say Slender Man. What troubles me is that I saw him in the reflections, but had never caught a straight view of this stalker. I'm sure the police will mock me if I come asking for protection. Seems it is time to buy a good, trustworthy gun and start to practice. I can respect that. Disgusting exhaustion. No matter how differently my visions may be, they are always so frightening. Today it was man. He left a house in southern Old Grove on Warwick Street, somewhere between Seaside and Hillside Streets. Our eyes met, and I immediately felt the burning exultation, a wild torrent of emotions. I saw him among the monstrosities, touching them, embracing, kissing. The vision was so intense, I bent in two and threw up all my breakfast. He walked past, saying something like, "Cursed newcomers," and I prayed he wouldn't stop to hello. Or prayed he wouldn't stop to help. Even now, when I close my eyes, I see the creatures around this man. Call of the Ocean. I wonder what that's referencing. Listen, this is going to be the last one I read for right now. I'll read the rest later on. Though the air forced me to leave the hotel, the putrid smell of rotting seaweed and fish made it hard to breathe. I remember a huge apple tree and thought it may be nicer there. Oh, the huge apple tree, the one the women were hung from. I was afraid that the hotel owner would see my I remember the huge apple tree and thought it would be nicer there. Moreover, I was afraid that the hotel owner would see my seizures. The visions occur when I was a few blocks from the apple tree, walking E. Brown Street in Central Shells. I felt like I was drowning. I ran forward, and when I passed the street of St. Michael's Church, I felt the water surround me, pressing, calling. I needed all my will to fight the desire to go to the mare and sink into its depths. This is like the stuff I love.
I'm watching you, newcomer.
Yeah, go right on ahead. At least I look prettier. Can I yoink some shit from your back room? Yep. Can't touch me because I'm pretty. Note about hobo signs. Darn, I think I'm finally starting to figure this out. Locals use signs to mark special places that you know already. Kinda like the secret hobo signs used all over the country. What I learned is about the tradition dates back to times well before the flood. I've been able to find out the meaning of some of them. You seen the crooked H-shaped sign on doors around houses? That means the house is inhabited. The crosshatch grid sign marks hidden caches or useful items. Oh, okay. The V-shaped sign is for a barricaded, dangerous place. Good catch there, they say. Still haven't figured out the spiral-shaped sign, though. You'll have to investigate for yourself. If you see a sign with a gun and 3 Ks, reach for a gun. K. Cross and 3 Ks, reach for a gun. I'm not gonna say it, but I'm just gonna go KK, you know, the last one, and say that... Do they exist here? Also, holy shit, that's a big crab. I mean, I've seen crabs that are like maybe the size of that chair, but... hot damn. It is what you think. Yeah, that's what I thought. my dear nephew, my dear Victor. How is Oakmount treating you? Should you require any support, the Backwoods will be happy to help. They're basically all gone, though. I have arranged for that. Regardless of your question, I don't know where Robert went, sadly. Only that he did not stay in Innsmouth. Perhaps there is hope he didn't perish in that cursed raid. Take good care of the hotel. Please, plenty of our relatives were interested in the property, but you're still my favorite nephew. I know the Devil's Reef is in good hands. Kind regards, Aunt Portia. Portia? Portia. Yeah, I can't get any past you. Shut out the power. So, H, inhabited. Alright, simple enough. Devil's Reef. This is how it drives, fast travel. Chronicle. Police department. Hospital. Throgmorton Manor. The asylum. Yeah, that's not gonna go well. University Library. Mount City Hall. Purity Road. Okay, at least everything's well mapped out so I can find where I'm going. Documents, my dear nephew, yeah. Casebook. It's just Magisterial Expedition was. Lost Expedition. Expedition discovered origins of the Magisterial Grifting Oakmont. Expedition was to explore the seabed near Oakmont. Contact with the expedition was soon lost. It was the only known survivor. Subsequently emerged. Find any other. Be waiting for report. Oh. Place on map. Alright. Where am I going? Waiting for my report. Lock passage, treasure, mystery, danger. Located northern cove inside Asher Road and Hooper's Drive. So, Asher Drive and Hooper's Road, so it's somewhere around here? That's what it looks like. I can take a boat? Interesting. That does not look good. Okay. That looks like it's not much of a no-go. Hello, good sir. Let's try and go this way. See if I can find a way up. There's that swirly mark. Oh, you're telling me I can't climb that? Aww. I'm kind of tempted to shoot the red barrel. Looks like this way goes up. And just walk into some houses. Suits and top coats. Ben's finest clothing. Alright, so place mark. Expedition headquarters are located at Northern Countryside, crossroad of Ashen Road and Hubert Drive. So somewhere around here. This might take a minute. I'm very bad at finding places with actually being told where to find them. Maybe this place? Aha! Diving gear, statues. That is definitely some interesting diving gear. Map of the world. I wonder what could have happened to the door.
Guess I don't need the key.
Somebody already ransacked the place. Yup. Dangers of diving. Divers with the blends can suffer from numerous symptoms, including pain, impaired movement, nausea, vomiting, and disorientation. Acute symptoms can occur within 10 minutes of surfacing and include paralysis, numbness, blindness, deafness, dizzying, seizures, confusion, or words coming out all weird. The paralysis and numbness can involve several different parts of the body at the same time. Yeah, that's fun. I know what it's like to be partially numb. The lower part of my left hand is actually somewhat numb.
Someone smashed it beyond repair.
I don't even know what that is. I'm guessing it's some sort of music player. Judging by the instrument in the back. Typewriters. Getting weird visions around here.
Are a few damp papers all that's left of the expedition?
Alrighty. Swipe. Ooh, I should probably adjust one of the tags. I just realized I missed something. I'll just update this. 'Cause I don't mind backseating. There we go. I like to hear other people's views on like games and whatnot. Especially on mystery games. Kinda like trying to figure out who John is when I'm watching your stream, Mitsu. So if you have any theories, throw them out there. I don't mind reading them. H. Doug, anthropologist. Oakmont University Department of Anthropology welcomes the newest addition to its ranks, Professor Harriet Doe. She's the one that went missing in the expedition. Her brilliant discoveries about the origins of Inuit tribes have added a new page to the history book of humanity. Now Professor Doe will embark on a new expedition to hopefully shed light on the source of the flood, and in doing so shed light on what may be to come. H. Doug. Fishermen reports. L. Sullivan and B. Morgan, local fishermen, report numerous large bubbles and an unbearable stench rising from the bottom of the sea. I wish it would tell like what kind of unbearable stench. Because a lot of leaves rotting at the bottom of a pond when disturbed will produce methane. Don't ask me how I know that. It was a bad experience. Bought a sample of the weird substance floating to the surface from Jay Harvey. Excuse me. He claims he found it among numerous dead and strangely formed fish. The fish were taken for analysis. Several locals mentioned a rock and rose from the sea. Mentioned a rock? That rose from the seabed, making the fog shine in different colors. The witness felt sick and dizzying for 2 or 3 days after the incident. LP Stern got severe burns after chiseling off a part of the rock in his basement. Samples taken for urine for analysis. Chiseling off a part of the rock in his basement? I was going to see about making the fog shine different colors, but this felt sick and dizzy after the incident. Oh, so he took it back? Oh shit, there's a rock.
These samples glitter in a weird way. I wonder where they came from.
I returned from dinner. What I missed? Cool rock. You haven't missed much. Apparently, if you try and chip stuff off of this rock, it will burn you. What are you having for dinner? Yeah, I got nothing. So, not cool. Rock. Hot rock. Yes, very hot potato. Mashed hot potato, mashed potato, and pie. Brown sweet. Oh, that's a big bony fish. Right, poke catch. Don't have a trainer pass yet. That's a big fishy. Frick. Anything else? Something's floating again. Are you still down there? Yeah, our weird little friend's still there. How to protect. According to our data, the places with paranormal activity have a strong, previously unidentified influence on the human mind. We have prepared a list of solutions including medicative practices and a supply of sedatives to prevent cases of madness among expedition members. Y'all are just gonna get drugged up. I highly recommend discarding all those charms, amulets, and religious symbols which are of no use and applying these scientifically valid methods of protection, though. H-Dow. Oh, there's more samples of the
Can't
rocks.
say I ever saw another shell
Wait,
like
no, that's
it.
a shell. That's interesting. Oh, there's fishies. Oh, hold up. I have to take a phone call. I will be right back. Alright, I'm back. I was getting some dinner plans with my friend, getting that put together. Because I'm only stationed here for a little bit longer. Dindins, yes, Dindins. Okay, if nobody's been here for a while, how are all of you still alive? Oh, they've probably just been eating each other. That's a horrifying thought. Okay, yeah, there's definitely more clues here. Ooh, search.
Can't say I ever saw another shell like it.
Alright. Let's see what else is here on the agenda.
Are a few damp papers all that's left of the expedition?
Weird little Lovecraftian creature. Alright. What's in here I can look at? Is that a crow? Yes. Oh shit, what the fuck? Someone just tried to walk through that wall at me. What the fuck? Oh, that's why I love these games. It's a note. Partially burned cargo manifest. The following must be probably delivered. Grimhaven Bay no later than Friday. Mark 5 diving suits 6, air tank and pumps 4, canned foods 18 crates, personal belongings 6 crates with unreadable. Research equipment 7 crates. Do not tilt. Air pipes 24, phone station and wire 1, power drainer 1, responsible for delivery unintelligible. I feel like there's something in this basement. What the fuck? Y'all just have a whole ass statue down here? Ow! The fuck? Ow, motherfucker. Oh no, you're not getting away. You're getting fucking hit with a... Where are you at? Give me your bullets. There are more of you. Oh, that is bullshit. Oh, fuck.
I fatal me fe I regach I dagon.
Alright, so he was hiding out in the basement. Okay, it's fairly easy to get the door.
Stand back.
They trashed here.
Grab the papers. Smash the rest.
They're hiding something. Damn it, I didn't mean to start the investigation. Came down here. Burned the papers.
Burn it all. Make sure you get the adverts.
Time to figure this out.
I mean, it's still pretty damn linear what happened here. First thing that happened, kicked in the door. Second
We
thing
don't
that
have time
happened,
to pick it. Stand back.
Grab the papers. Smash the rest.
My question is now where the other guys at?
Burn it all. Make sure you get the adverts.
Anything else?
Several men broke into the expedition headquarters. What they didn't smash, they burned. The archives, even the newspapers.
Ah, shit, are there more of them? Alright, this time I'm low on health. This time I won't hesitate to shoot. Mine place. Yeah, I know. Let's see if there's anything here first.
Guess this helmet's beyond repair.
No, you could still change the glass in it, from what I know. Oh, nope, never mind. That is a huge problem right there. Change the glass, not the whole headpiece. Alright, I'm gonna use a, the hell is that? That's brain. So... Oh. Health. And brick. Is there anything else in here again? Doesn't look like it. More statues. No, when I cleared it, it said I had all the evidence. Which means there's more evidence somewhere around here. There's a lamp. Still here recently then. Are they hiding in here? Alright, fine, I'll go to my palace. Cargo manifest, burn documents. The expedition archive has lost, but it still have clues to follow up on. They left the city on a freighter from Grimhaven Bay. There might be some recent posting or ads about the freighter in the Oakmont Chronicle. Okay, yeah, I'm gonna still do some poking around here. Interesting statue. Still looks like a usable helmet to me. I mean, if you're a very brave man to go deep pressure with a hole in your helmet, have at it. We'll say it's for science. Worse men have got away with that excuse. I mean, half the people here are half fish. Okay, you are raising a good point. So they could probably breathe underwater. The real question is, would they be able to survive the pressure of the depths? More air tanks. Might be missing something. Don't like leaving here without seeing something. And the burb is gone. Okay, that's the crosshatch pattern. Here I'm missing. Okay, you people just hang your dive equipment everywhere. Like, that is not good. Have it in one designated place so you know where to refill it. Are you gone yet?
Are a few damp papers all that's left of the expedition?
Could be decorative pieces. Usually that equipment ain't cheap. I don't know if I'd make that my decorative decor. And now my right hand's going numb. They turned green once I found everything. What am I missing? I already found that.
Guess I don't need the key. Someone smashed it beyond repair. Are a few damp papers all that's left of the expedition?
Dunk. Don't know if I checked out over here. Yep, I did, because that's crates moved. Something I missed?
These samples glitter in a weird way. I wonder where they came from.
If that helps. Some places you gotta jump to the holes in the floor to get to in this game. Ooh, that might be true. This is like the one hole that's in here. That's very possible. Might have to drop onto something. Throw a brick at the wall. I no longer have a brick. Fuck. Oh well. I'm gonna guess I'm missing it down here. Look at this from a bird's eye view. Yeah, this is my last look around. If I can't find anything, I'll just go. I'm not seeing anything, so fuck it. Go check out the newspaper. We'll go there. Destroyed Expedition Office and its archives. Find needed newspaper advertisement. That's probably what that is. There's a chronicle. Old printing press.
The old papers are by the door. Take them and stop bothering me already.
Hey, Comrade Cax, hey, what's up?
Aren't you a newcomer?
Thank you for the raid. Welcome, welcome. Hope you all are doing well. Ew. How you doing, comrade? What were you playing? I'm doing alright, just being a detective in an Eldritch Horror mystery game. Let me see, do I have the shout-out command working yet? My dumbass probably doesn't. Let's see. You gonna work? Nope. Guess I'll have to work on that again. Playing Fallout New Vegas Lonesome Road DLC. Oh, I love the Lonesome Road. That's actually probably my favorite. Yeah, that was probably my favorite one in New Vegas. God, I think I have like 400 hours in that game. I played that game way too much when I was younger. Well, thank you for joining, and Raiders, if it's your first time here, my name is Ventus Mare, a sea leviathan that's trapped at the bottom of the ocean, specifically the Marina Trench. I have an army. It's waking up slowly. I'm currently running a challenge that if you follow me, I will do 20 push-ups, and I have my sound alerts for free, so if you can find a time to scare me, that's 30 sit-ups. So, just running a small challenge to just get me a little bit back into shape before I ship out to my next duty station. It is. Ulysses is awesome. Yeah, he has very good dialogue, very interesting motives. Fuck. God damn it, Bat, you actually got me. Fuck. Alright, that's 30 sit-ups. I'll count them out. Who flooded the Marina Trench when we got laid out in concrete and shit? If you flood the Marina Trench with an ungodly amount of concrete and shit, I'm coming for you first, Kex, when I get out of here. Ah, fuck. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30. Need to increase that. No, I don't want to eradicate all life. I just want to get even with God for killing my wife. That's about it. I don't know why he put an army down here, but he forgot about it, so I took it. Even if they're asleep. Don't we all want to get even with God over something? Yeah, you're not wrong. I just want to kill and enslave the humans for the feline empire. You can have fun with that. Save the humans for the feline empire. Are you underground? Are you the mole people, comrade? Instead of moles, it was actually just cats the entire time. Oh, I love that. Hey, what's that got to do with it?
Help me out here. What's the connection between newcomers and old newspapers?
It's cold sleeping in the street, and they come to collect the old newspapers for warmth.
So is that a truth? You get even with God and cats rule the earth? I mean, if you spare me a couple cat girls, yeah, I call it truce and I call it even. In return, I'll stomp on one of your enemies. One. If there's something you can't beat, you got a biblical Leviathan on your side one time. Yeah, I only got in recently.
Yeah, I guess I am a newcomer. Charles Reed, private investigator. And I also need your old newspapers, the archive, to be exact.
Ah, so you're the one who cracked the Albert Throgmorton murder case. Nice work. I'm Helen Bland. Say, can you do me a favor? Give me an exclusive interview. You won't regret it. The Oakmont Chronicle is the best newspaper for miles around.
All right.
Pretty sure it's the only
be sure to make some
newspaper for
time
miles
you, Miss
around.
Bland.
I've always wanted to be able to drop. We have a Hulk line. Yeah, that would actually be pretty funny. That would actually be extremely funny. I need to write that down on my art commission list if I ever get money. Got some time for your interview?
You still want that interview? I got some time now if you're ready.
Oh, absolutely. We know that you're the private eye who solved the case, but tell our reader something more about yourself.
God damn it, comrade. Alright, it's core workout today. Fuck. I'm already hitting the gym later on, damn it. One, two, three, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 6, 7, 8, 9, 30. We're easy to spook. Really easy to spook. Nobody is handlers for the game. They scare me already enough though. I'm not that hard to spook if I'm like not expecting it, like in playing a game like this. Like if I hear the music, I know I'm gonna get spooked, so I won't get spooked. Like that didn't work because now I'm watching for you, Kex. Sag. I served in the Navy,
I'm
as
a
am I.
former Navy diver. Served on the USS Cyclops, and after the war, I found myself in Boston.
Oh, so he's a Navy
I've been
diver.
a private eye ever since.
So he was in Spec War.
Oh, a brave sailor. Well, I imagine you'll get accustomed to local life easily.
Always aware of Kex.
We have plenty of water around here.
Have to keep your third eye on him.
Maybe we'll have the chance to work together later. Who knows? And now the big question. Why are you here? What brought you to Oakmont?
Source of the
Currently,
visions.
I'm tracking down the source of the psychic phenomenon that's been causing madness and visions all across the country.
Ah, yes. It affected people here, but we were much more concerned with the flood. Though Robert Throgmorton sent an expedition.
Yeah, and then hired me to find it. Ironic, don't you think?
I think that's enough for now. I can't give the readers too much all at once. Thank you for your interview, Mr. Reed.
My pleasure. Maybe I'll do something interesting enough to make the papers again. You never know. See you later.
Funny enough, I'm actually considering trying to get into Navy diver. I just got out of being a Bud student, so that's fun. They don't joke about the beatings. Newspaper archive. Oh, that's interesting. There's actually a whole archive here. Well, let's see if there's anything around here. I'll look into that, and then I'll go get dinner with a friend. Anything interesting? Ooh, cross hitch. Yoink. 40/40 cartridge, 30-06 rifle cartridge. Oh, I like where this game's going. Editor's office. Anything I can yoink? Another floor up there. It's like an attic space, maybe? Interesting. Oh, I thought that was a chest for a second. Now I'm sad. So, Kex, are you getting ready to go to bed? Because I'm guessing over in Germany it's probably decently late if it's midday for me here. I'll be racking. It's rather late. Yep. That's alright. I'm not going to be here for too much longer. 11 p.m. Yikes. I'm not going to be here too much longer. I'm probably going to read up on this case and then probably end the stream. So I got dinner with a old friend of mine. Sometimes you gotta sneeze while watching people. Snooze while watching people stream. Yeah, I've done that plenty of times. Robert Martin funded an expedition to discover the origin of the mass hysteria grouping Oakmont. The expedition was to explore the seabed near Oakmont. Contact of the expedition was soon lost. Albert Thornmartin was the only known survivor. He was subsequently murdered, yada yada yada, yeah. Burn newspapers. After the flood. Oh shit, search 3. Oh boy, it's a puzzle. Choose evidence. Partially burned cargo manifest. Oh boy. Pillage headquarters. Officials? I'll search after the flood. See what journalists have reported. And advertisements. Okay, yeah, I'm still gonna keep advertisements. I still have the flood. They left the city of freighter. See if they have anything on officials. No information granted has found. I'm still gonna stick with after the flood because that's when all the hysteria started. Actually, you know what? Okay, so I have to link everything together. Pillage headquarters. Let's go celebrities. Partially burnt cargo manifest. I'll mop that and go to Grimhaven Bay. Fuck. Period, section, district is my guess. Alright, so after the flood, we'll go on. What sounds like? Alright, I'll take your suggestion, Mitsu. No information. Articles and interviews? Current events. Interesting. It's hard to find. Wait for it. Oak Grove Manor. Burn newspaper. Listed here in Fragrant. There might be recent postings or ads about the Freightliner in the Oakmount Chronicle. Then select the correct evidence. We'll start at the beginning. Lost Expedition. Oh, okay. Okay, Lost Expedition. After the flood. District? No. Section, advertisements. District, Grimhaven Bay. I feel like this game's mocking me. That is normal. You gotta have it on the burned newspapers when you hit submit. Oh, really? Okay. Period after the flood. Section, advertisements, district, Grimhaven Bay. Thank God you're my friend, Mitsu. I would have been here for quite a few hours. Okay, that makes better sense. Thank you very much for that. The 30-ton ship Titania. I get the feeling that's a reference to something else. It's currently available for hire. You will find it fully equipped for transport as well as the aiding of underwater ventures and exploration for the price of 70 rifle bullets. That's really expensive in today's currency because I used to sell guns. 70 rifle, God, that's probably worth like $150 in this time. back then, not as much, but shit, that's just astounding. The equivalent, therefore, of per week. New lore drop giant fish. So, new lore drop giant fish sold guns. Yes, giant fishy sold guns. Upcoming event. Yeah, I gotta call them. Equivalent, therefore, of the week. Those interested are shared to contract Captain Jeremiah Sanders for contracting details can be found at Pier 3, Oakmont Port, Great Haven. Okay. Anything else? Ship freight advertisement. Okay. That works. Alright, so that should be helpful. So anything else might be able to get? That's probably the only thing I have at the moment. If I fully could. Alright. Good enough. Alright, with that I will probably pick up with this again either on one of my random streams or probably next Monday. You feeling something behind you, my friend. But thank you all for joining me. Change this to the other screen. Thank you all for joining me. I hope you have a good rest of the day, and big fishy soul guns, remember that. Special thank you to Mitsu for helping me with that last part, because I'm not as good with these detective games. I'm used to the point-and-click adventure kind. And if Comrade's still awake, he's probably sleeping with his cat ears off. Thank you for the raid. Anyone who stuck around, thank you very much. We'll try and find someone to raid real quick before I have to go get dinner. Probably save my game real quick. Yeah, there we go. Alright, who do we got on? No Bat, thank you for being a viewer. Ooh, I got an idea. We're gonna raid Big Bro. Because he's on. And he made me read. You have to go check out the stream from the other day, from yesterday. It was nuts. If anybody wants to send a raid message, we're gonna go with Giant Fish Sold Guns. So let's make a quick raid message. There, that ought to work. So I will see you guys soon, and I hope you guys have a good one.